Alright, hello guys, welcome back to this playthrough of Crash Bandicoot 1. And where we last left off, we were about to do the Lost City, but I forgot that we didn't actually save the game on the... There's no way to save the game past Ripperoo, so we'll have to beat him again. Hopefully it'll be like last time where we just beat him relatively quickly. You know, fingers crossed. Go! Frick. Nice. Yeah, I'd say like the Lost City's the first level of the game where the intermediate difficulty starts to kick in. Then it's sister level, Sunset Vista, that really sort of starts to become quite challenging, and is almost a sort of prelude to that level later on in the game that shall not be named. Well, we probably will name it when we get to that level. I think anyone who's played Crash Bandicoot 1 knows the level that I'm on about. Okay, so here we go. This is how far we got the last time, so let's get right into it. The Lost City. I love the concept art design for this level. Oh, did I... Oh, that's the annoying thing. On Crash 1, it doesn't matter how many lives you'd collected on your previous save, you will when you load the save back up again, you automatically lose all the lives that you'd been harvesting on the previous session, which is a bit annoying. But hey, oh, the bats. Like, they're not too... As long as you time your jumps and exposure correctly, the sideways bats aren't a huge thing, but in the later levels, like Temple Ruins and stuff, where you're looking, you've got the sort of what am I even trying to say? When they come from in front of you from the darkness, they can be a major pain in the ass, and timing your exposure and jumping is much more essential on those levels. Can I get it? No, I can get the lights though. Boom. Oh, close one. Now, I know you have to time your jump here so that you can get the life that's on top of the moving platforms here. Here we go. Huzzah! Hey, two birds from one stone. Oh fuck! Close call. I got a checkpoint. Boom. Yeah, I think you have to jump on top of this dude, again, for the same reason as you need to time your jump off those moving platforms. What? Oh fuck, I fucked that up. Okay. Turn around. Here we go. Boom. Yes. Okay. Here we go, here's the first of these platform ascents. Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, these segments on this, and definitely more in sort of Sunset Vista, they are sort of the prelude into the very advanced platforming later on in the game, on that absolute antichrist of a level. Like, I'm getting all my pent-up rage about that certain level out of my system now, so hopefully by the time we get to it, I'll be relatively chilled. I'm going to regret saying that when I actually get to it. Yeah, I reckon there's going to be many parts of the playthrough that are just going to be dedicated to that one level. Oof. And to think they originally had a version of it that was even harder. And of course, in the the Insane Trilogy, the remaster of this, they... Oh, fuck! Thank God. I forgot which was the correct mode of attack then. Yeah, they actually... Oh yeah, as I was saying, on the Insane Trilogy remaster of this game, they actually they remastered that level that was originally cut out of this game, and yeah, I did unlock it in my Insane Trilogy, when I played the Insane Trilogy, but I was like, do I really want to torture myself that much? Do I hate myself that much? The answer is, maybe. Okay. Done here for a bit. Yeah, there's no point going back. Crap. Yes! Oh, shizzle, gizzle, frizzle my dizzle. Oh. Well, no gem for this level. I think it's like either this or Sunset Vista. You can get the gem first time around. Maybe in this one. In which case, I fucked up. But I think I said in the description of the first video of this playthrough, I'm not seeking to do like a 100% perfect playthrough on this because I'm not that good. If you haven't guessed already. But I feel much more confident in doing better in the second and third game than this, and even in Wrath of Cortex on the PS2. But this is for the hardcore people. Oh, I forgot. There is a strategy to this bonus stage, but I've completely forgotten it. Oh, fuck. I'm scared. I'm really scared. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, my good lord. Oh, crap. I just that was absolute madness. Like, I do know that there's a specific strategy to doing that bonus stage, but I haven't played, at least the original game I have not played in its entirety. I have not played in quite some time. So it completely went, whoa, and then I died. Take two. God, I am just being absolutely pathetic today. Okay. That was just sad. Yeah, I'd say around this point is where the levels... I swear I landed on that and then it just cancelled me out. Or I might have just been not paying enough attention to what was going on. Yeah, at this point onwards, from Lost's... Oh my lord. Right, I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit while I get through this, otherwise I think we're just going to be stuck repeating this bit on loop. Okay. Right. There we go. What's that dealt with? What are you up to, mister? Oh, so we can hear the end of the level, thank Christ. Wait, dunk. Oh. Thank you very much. Oh no! Oh, why? Right, okay. My performance today is, to say it is piss poor is an understatement. Right, so now I know he jumps over there and then he jumps back. Boink. Oh. You're gone. Right. Okay, this time I'm gonna try not to be a complete dookie. Oh, thank God. Right. Hopefully I can make it to the end portal without freaking failing. famous last words. Yeah. I think it was a good choice by the game designers to have that animation play, because it becomes a lot more into play the further on you go in the game. Alright, here we go. Temple Ruins. I do love the atmosphere in this level. This is one of those levels where the sort of minimalistic sound design really pays off. Now, for the most part, I do really enjoy this level, except for one section where, if you want to get the gem for this level, there's like this sort of secret, not really secret, but just side path you can take, which leads you to a platform with loads of boxes on it. But what the game doesn't tell you is that that platform eventually collapses, and it gives you quite some time, so it gives you the illusion that it's a static platform, but then it just drops, and then deception, bloody deception, I told you. And I think it might be on this level, or like the next sort of the sister level of Temple Ruins, which I can't actually remember the name of what that is. And that one has this area where you think there's this exclamation mark box just on its own floating in the middle of the air, but it actually leads to a hidden chain of boxes. I think it might be this level, or it might be the next version of this level. For some reason I swear one of the river levels earlier on had it, but yeah, I think I was on the gem run at the time, so I was like, I am not risking it. Oh no, these bits annoy me in this level, because actually no, this one's alright, but the ones where like they constantly drop and come back up again, which I think are towards the end of the level, those are because it really confuses your jump timing, and I saw that coming a mile off, and I was just like, oh yes, if I jump at the top, no, God. Yeah, see what I mean by the bats on this level? Like, unless you sort of take the time to master when they're going to come through, and they'll give you the bats will give you a pretty hard scene to do. Oh yeah, here's that sort of secret platform thing I was on about. Let's see, this is it. Oh, actually wasn't as hard as I remember it being. Unless there's like another one of these later on. Boom. Yeah, I got a gut feeling there's multiple ones of those. Or is it in the lab levels? Not the level called the generator room. It's the... I'm getting my levels confused around, because that area with the platform that eventually disappears, that's actually in the level of the generator room, I remember it now. Jump. Oh, that was close. Normally I'm terrified of spiders in games like the giant spiders in Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 3, and especially the giant spider boss towards the end of Resi 1. Ugh. But the ones in this game don't really scare me that much. If the ones in the game, the Tasmanian Tiger on PS2, they're pretty creepy because they move really quickly. Oh, here we go again with the bats. It would have been funny if Naughty Dog went on to make the Batman Begins game for PS2. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's a classic, Road to Nowhere. Now, I love the mood and atmosphere of this level, but actually the first one isn't too bad, but the next version of this level, it's either Sunset Vista or the next version of this. That's the first that proper induces rage in me. Oh, that's going to be an eventful part of the playthrough when we get to it. Okay, too late to find out. Right. Just gently get on this rope without jumping over. Oh, fuck. Boom, got it. Lovely. I know quite a few people say that you can just jump on the ropes to sort of hack this, or not hack, but basically make this level a lot easier. Now, it works. What I found with doing that strategy on this level is that it works in certain sections of the bridge, but it doesn't always work. Oh, thank God for that checkpoint. But yeah, it works in certain sections. It doesn't always work though, which I find so like. I can never get into the habit of constantly just glitching onto the ropes to get through this. But there are times, oh my god, it's so tempting to do that though, because especially in the next version of this level, there are some sections that just absolutely take the piss. When you have to constantly jump on turtles to get enough leeway to jump over the gaps and stuff. So I was not watching the game then, I was sort of staring at the floor. Yeah, my concentration today is not up to par with how it should be. Oh god. Wake up! Ice, baby! Oh, God. Maybe not this level, but the next version of this is the equivalent of listening to Vanilla Ice non-stop.